to just because
one of them switched
one of the
off.
SD cards was messed up.
Yeah, Sam.
That's recording now.
Do you even remember it?
Behind the counter?
Beyond?
Behind the counter?
Change it every week.
Beyond? He does. He does the intro every week.
That's a different one every week. I
And he
watch
changes it every
Connors
week.
and I watch Kirk, so they're good.
Yeah.
I started watching Lulu's and then I got busy. I'll have to carry on. But...
Okay. You can do the introduction.
No, I'm a fuck. That's your one and only
Should I
job.
take my jacket off? Keep my jacket on. What
You look big like that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Welcome, Liam, to Beyond the Counter.
My
Thank
boy.
you for having me.
How's it feel?
Nervous, yeah. I do get nervous with stuff like this.
Nervous isn't a bad thing.
Not hugely. Yeah, it shows it means something, doesn't it? And I care, but
Exactly.
as soon as I get chatting, I'll be fine.
So this is the first podcast that we've done, myself and Ryan, which has included a member from the gym, which isn't from a bodybuilding background. And you're the reason we wanted to start doing this is because we wanted, one, get to know the members, two, get to know what the members do, and three, from a mental health perspective, we wanted to understand how the gym can impact a person's mental health. So yourself, you run an organization called Pathways. Just explain for a little quick what Pathways is.
Pathways is like an organisation I set up 3 years ago now. It's just a support group for men, like a brotherhood, a fellowship, just kind of a space, a safe space for people to share, you know, be open, be honest, be vulnerable, you know, try and share the weight they're carrying, try and learn healthier coping strategies. We all know the unhealthy ones. And just giving men that other option as opposed to drink, drugs, suicide, you know, negative coping strategies. And then it's like, I mean, you've been to meetings, haven't you? You've been to a meeting. It's just an open and honest space where people can share their shit, basically, and get, you know, clear some mental space. Also understand there's other people out there that have gone through this or are going through this and their experiences. That's invaluable to the lads to see, you know, not a doctor, not a professional, see another bloke, a geezer, a man who has struggled with the same thing and has learned that worked and how that never worked and didn't help, and kind of help them through their kind of own meandering life experience and troubles and stuff.
So before we go into what started it, how many people do you look after under the Pathways? Under the Pathways banner, how many people?
It started off with just 3 of us in a room 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's gone, we've now got 130 lads in the group.
Amazing.
But you probably get...
Yeah, that's mad.
It's huge.
Yeah,
It's been organic growth.
Way more than
We
what I thought it was.
That at all. We don't advertise really. We don't force it. It's just...
So how does it grow then? Do you like your current members then say like I've got a guy that needs help, bring them into the group, and then it just goes like that?
Yeah, we do have people add people into the group.
Yeah.
And I think it's more attraction over promotion. I think it's just kind of a lot of people see our members getting better, getting the colour in their skin, getting in the gym, training, walking, talking.
Yeah.
You know, posting that on socials, taking their families out on hikes and doing different things.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you're in a situation where you're not doing that and you're not being your best version of yourself, and you see a good friend starting to shine, get their sparkle back in their eyes and stuff, most people want a bit of that.
Like a gym transformation thing.
Yeah.
Like a body transformation, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it's
you
very
see
similar
it.
to mental transformation and physical for Pathways. We're massive on the physical side of things. As you know how many members are in the gym.
Yeah.
And we try and push the walking, the wild swims, hikes. You know, we do winter camps, summer camps where we take the lads up mountains and we go kayaking and we go for food, and we just go like to a beach, or, you know, we do spend 2-3 days in the mountains in Wales. We've done it every year. And I think it's attraction. I think people see that and they see it in someone else and they want a piece of that. And then they'll, you know, some people come in and engage and do everything we offer. Some people come in and engage, don't engage, sorry.
Yeah. But that's fine.
Thing, and that's one thing we noticed as well. When we, obviously myself and Ryan have been there, we've spoken at them, and then obviously we sat there and listened. That's one thing we noticed, that some people just go there just for the sense of unity.
Be a part of something, yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
It's always connection. And
That's, and because they feel together and it's such a safe space for them to open into, I think one of the benefits for them will eventually be, you kind of offer them a virtual arm, don't you? You like come in, like, you know, when you're ready to open up, we've got you. Because you have the break period in the middle, you have the coffee, you have your chats. Everyone there's so welcoming.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way more relaxed than what I thought.
So welcoming.
Do you know when you have like a perception where it's going to be, oh man, intense, or, but like everyone's kind of like almost in the same boat. I know everyone's like different stages and stuff, but you feel part of something. 100%. Even if you just sit there, You feel like he's pouring his heart out here. I'm there for him. I don't know that guy, but you feel like you should be there for him because you're there in that room, if that makes sense. But
I think that comes down to being vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think once you walk in the room, and I mean this is from my own personal experience as well, because when I first got into recovery, going into them rooms, the recovery circles, it's so scary, and you have a preconceived idea of what's going on in there, and then you walk in there, and like you say, you walk into a recovery circle, you get a hug straight away, and then, where does that happen in society? It doesn't, does it? And then you get someone make you a coffee, sit you down, and talk to you, make you feel at ease, and then you think, oh, okay, this is a safe space.
Yeah.
And then when people start talking, especially in pathways, and these people are not professionals or doctors, they're ground workers, they're floor layers, they're bricklayers, they're blokes.
Yeah.
And when you see them opening up and being vulnerable and, crying and sharing their stuff, because everyone's carrying something, especially men, I think people at first are like shocked by it. Like, fucking hell, like this is like a lot. But then what we tend to find is over a period of weeks, people will start opening up slowly because they realise it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to put some of the weight down that you're carrying. It's okay to ask for help now.
Yeah.
You don't get that in society in many places. No, you get
people struggle with that massively.
Well, especially men, because of
massively
the perception of like masculinity and toxic masculinity. Really, is what it is. Is we bottle stuff up. We're the providers. We're the protectors. You swallow it, stiff upper lip. Boys don't cry, and you get on with it. And we do that.
Yeah.
But like someone shared on Thursday at the meeting about having, he was a Royal Marine Commando and in the Paras and worked with the SBS. Like one of the toughest men you'll ever meet in your life. But he spoke about his soft underbelly.
Yeah.
I won't say what he spoke about. I won't break his confidentiality, obviously. But what he spoke about is that soft underbelly of, doesn't matter, you couldn't get a more masculine man than the Sergeant Major of the Royal Marines. Alpha Commando in the country. And he was sharing stuff that would, really hit home for everyone.
Yeah.
I think that carries a lot of weight because in your head, that perceived idea of the top Royal Marine Commando in
bulletproof.
the country. Bulletproof.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Bollocks.
No.
Mad, innit?
Yeah, and I think in society, and what I found from my experience when I got into recovery, I work in construction, and I started talking to people. I'm quite open and honest about my story, and I tell people, like when you're on a building site and they're like, oh, you go in the pub later to watch the game? The easy thing for me to say is yes or no. I say, oh, I don't drink.
Yeah.
And then normally they say, why not? And they say, oh, because I'm in recovery and I'm an alcoholic, I'm a drug addict. And they're like, oh. They normally apologise to me, oh, I'm sorry. And I always say, you don't have to apologise, that's my problem.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, 95% of them come back to me saying, I'm really struggling with it. I could do with a bit of help.
Wicked.
What did you do?
Yeah.
And that's why I am so open and honest about my recovery, because it helps so many people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what's so amazing about that though? I've only seen this side of you. So when you say, you're a recovering addict, you're an alcoholic, I don't see none of that. So you show me the pictures, or you show us the pictures, and we talk about it, and I see you now as honestly as an alpha figure, because I think the true identity of an alpha isn't what you're describing, of the army, the sergeant, run through a bullet and then he's going to damage the bullet. I think now in this day and age, true alpha is a person which is like yourself, which does everything that he needs to do for his family and his kids, is so in touch with his emotions, so in touch with his circle, so aware of what's going on, but also goes that extra mile to help other people. I think that definition of alpha has changed completely.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah, helping other people's huge for me, especially being in recovery, because I was such a selfish, chronically self-obsessed addict for so many years who didn't care about anyone or anything, really, if the truth be told. I did care and I did love my family, but they come down the priority list and drink and drugs went to the top. That's the way it works.
From what age?
The alcohol started at an early age. I come from a big Irish family and a lot of big drinkers. And it was kind of a rite of passage at 13, 14, getting steaming. And even the first time I got drunk, blackout drunk, pitched myself, sick in someone's sleeping bag, caused a riot.
At 13, 14?
13, 14, yeah, with my cousin, yeah.
Wow.
And from that, I should have known then, give it up, stop now, but I pushed on with that. But the drugs, they come a lot later. They come after I left university.
Okay.
I left university at 22, 23.
Yeah.
Did a sport and exercise.
They came after university?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was anti-drugs.
Yeah.
Really anti-drugs. So I was playing football at a decent level.
Yeah. So still drank, but socially?
Yeah, I loved to swig. Yeah, sociably. I wouldn't say responsibly. No. I was always...
But not out of hand, pouring it over your cornflakes, like.
No, it wasn't a daily thing. No,
Yeah.
and even when I say I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict, it was never a daily thing.
Okay.
A lot of people have this preconceived idea of an alcoholic is someone who lives on a park bench.
Yeah, it's not always like
No,
that.
it's not.
No, of course.
No. If you can't stop, you're an addict.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and whether it's 2 times a week, 3 times a week, every day.
Yeah.
There's different levels to it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
for me
yeah.
personally,
You're more of a session.
it was progressive for me. Yeah, I started off as a weekend warrior. Started off, because I was working. I come out of university. I started working with my dad as a floor layer. We're in Wetherspoons every night, working away. A couple of pints, fine, bite to eat, and then it
No
just
harm.
progressed and progressed and progressed. And then Saturdays turned into Saturdays and Wednesdays, and then it was Saturday, Wednesday, Monday, and then when I left university, I stopped playing football at any kind of level and started playing for like pub teams.
Yeah.
And playing for Saturday.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, of course. Couple of pints after training, couple of pints after the game. Cup finals, we get absolutely smashed.
Of course.
And then you start hanging around with people that are taking drugs.
Yeah.
And I was always quite resistant to that. I'm better than them. I would never touch drugs, kind of, that kind of judgment. And I had a lot of things happen on my dad's side of the family in such a short space of time. My nan committed suicide. My granddad then died. My auntie died at 32. And then my dad, this is my real dad, my biological father, he moved to Lanzarote and took my brother and my sister. And I was just there. Then my granddad died a year after. Like, the whole side of that family was just decimated within a year.
Right.
And probably a year, maybe 18 months, it weren't a short period of time. But I just couldn't handle that grief. I didn't have the tools and I didn't know how to. So drugs became my escape. And even the drugs, they were progressive as well. I'd go out with the lads, I'd have a line, I'd go out with the lads, I'd have 2 lines, 3 lines, then I'd say, you buy the bag and you keep it. And, you blink and you're 2 years down the line and you're getting drugs before you're going out.
Yeah.
All night, and then it creeps.
Just get deeper and deeper.
It's just it's the progressive nature of addiction. I don't think anyone wakes up at 15 and starts taking heroin.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think it's just this progressive nature. And I've seen that in my dad as well. My dad, he struggles with addiction, and we don't speak anymore, unfortunately. And he will.
Is he still away?
He's lost everything and everyone, and he'll be dead soon, but due to the disease.
Oh, really?
And it's progressive. He started off probably having a spliff at 12. Fast forward 40 years, he's out there in the chaos, and he's had strokes and heart attacks, and he'll be dead soon.
Because he keeps doing it.
Yeah, he can't stop. He hasn't seen to stop. And funnily enough, my dad's story was what made me stop. It was I was at my sister's birthday party. It was the 5th of June, nearly 5 years ago. So it'll be 5 years cleaning on the 5th of June. And,
when you say clean, that's clean off everything.
that's everything.
Drugs, alcohol,
it's
completely.
everything. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well, I started vaping.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm the gym. You're addicted to the gym now.
Yeah.
I'm massively addicted to the gym. But yeah, it was my stepmom. My stepmom, I played up there badly. I won't go into the ins and outs of it, but I'd acted up like shameful behaviour. And my stepmom, I rang her the next day to apologise because it was at her house, and she just said to me, "You're turning into your dad." And I was like, "Fuck."
Wake up call.
Yeah, like that. hit me.
Sometimes it just takes that one thing.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next thing. So
I
like,
felt it there. Then
yeah.
when I said it, it's like, fucking hell.
But you've gone through all of that. So you've gone through the slow integration of, of having 1 or 2 pints to going with essentially the wrong crowd, right? We could call that the wrong crowd.
I wouldn't say that I was the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
It was me. I can't blame anybody else.
Right.
No one forced it on me. It was
Yeah.
a choice that I made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the crowd that I used to hang around with were, should we say, lively.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the polite
And then
word, yeah.
you've gone all that way, and then you've gone to the point where obviously you've had that conversation with your stepmom, and she said to you, "You're becoming your dad," and the switch.
Yeah. The day after my sister's birthday party, I phoned a rehab centre.
Yeah.
My missus had left. She was
By
taking
yourself?
the kid. Yeah. My missus had left. She'd had enough. My brother weren't really talking to me. He was fuming. My sister was fuming. I'd ruined the party. And that was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. There was that progression of just, worse and worse consequences as the behaviour got worse and worse.
So probably you needed that to happen.
100%. That's what they
That's
call
it,
it in recovery is the gift of desperation. And at first, it's hard to understand how that can be a gift.
Yeah,
Missus
yeah.
has left you. You're going to become a weekend dad. I mean, my
Yeah.
missus said something to me as well. If we broke up, I wouldn't trust you with your own kids.
Fuck my life.
And that fucking cut me in half. And
Game
I was
over, man.
disgusted.
I'm out.
I was fuming, but it was the truth.
Yeah.
It was the fucking truth.
Mm.
I couldn't have been trusted to have my own children because I would have had a drink. probably got a bag in. And if anything had have happened, you know, because you know what kids are like, middle of the night, they fall out the bed, they break their arm,
of course.
Middle of the night, something happens. I couldn't have been trusted with my own kids, and that cut to the core of me because I love them 2 girls more than anything.
Yeah.
But at the time,
Yeah.
that was her fault. How dare you say that? I'm a good dad, you know. We've got a nice car, we've got a nice house.
You provided.
We have nice holidays. The kids have got clothes on, but I provide. But the kids don't want you to provide. They want you to be present and dependent and be a dad. And I've learned that now the hard way. And it's exactly what I needed to hear. And looking back now, it was a gift.
Yeah, of course.
But at the time, you think,
Oh, you never see it then.
when you hear people say, "Oh, that's your rock bottom. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's the gift."
Yeah.
But it gave me the foundation to change.
Of course.
Because I had to hit rock bottom. And I had to change for me. I tried to do it for my missus. I tried to do it for my kids. I tried to do it for work, for friends, for family, for my mum, for everyone. Never.
Doesn't work.
As soon as I wanted to do it, then you can start the work.
Yeah.
Would you say, like, obviously, and again, like, not we've both spoken about different podcasts, and the Stephen Bartlett one where they talked about dopamine. Would you say that was because you were putting that above everything else, like in a selfish way? So you were craving that so bad, you forgot that, you know, my priorities as a parent.
But your brain changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, neuroplasticity. So I worked with an addiction counsellor for a year after I got out of rehab. And our brain chemistry is different to normal people's. I've also got ADHD.
Yeah.
So dopamine in my relationship, the prevalence of addiction with people with ADHD is 50% more.
Yeah.
Because the way our brains work, like my brain's like a Catherine wheel all day, doesn't switch off.
Yeah.
So my need to escape is greater than a lot of most people's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my missus can just at the end of the day just sit down and put the telly on. I'm sitting there with my leg going, like rattling around thinking.
Yeah.
So my need to just numb that brain and that thinking and that constant, you know, merry-go-round in my head is quite strong in me. And then what happens is over a period of years, so say if I started drinking at 14, I stopped at 38, what's the maths there, 24 years?
Yeah.
Of reinforcing that drink and drugs give me what I need.
Yeah.
So my brain changes that. So then my brain looks for my dopamine from drink and drugs, not from, you know, going a nice sunset or, you know, exercise or going out for a beautiful meal with my family or taking the kids to the park.
Nature.
We're interested, bottom of the list.
Yeah.
That's hard to say, but that's the truth.
No, yeah.
Bottom of the list. The one thing that brought it home to me is before I went to rehab, me and my missus hadn't spoke for nearly a week from the party to when I went on the Thursday, Friday.
And has she left?
No.
She hasn't left yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
We started talking again, and you know, she was fuming. You know, rightly so.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Can I see the kids before I go?" And we went to the park for an hour before I was going the next morning, and it brought it home to me just how important that time was. And I missed all of that for years. I was there, but I was never there. I was always thinking about escaping or going and doing this or going to the pub or meeting the lads or, you know, work or
It's
whatever.
like saying not being present.
You put it to the back of your mind, don't you?
Yeah, like you say, our brains, they're magical.
They'll be there
for
tomorrow.
that. Yeah,
They'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, and tomorrow's not promised for anyone. You don't have that day.
Yeah.
You know, all we really have is the eternal now and the present. And I still struggle with that in recovery, being present, because I overthink. I'm in my head a lot. So being present is a massive one for me. But being in that part that day rammed it home to me. I was petrified. I just spent 10 grand for this rehab out of my own money.
So was that going away to the rehab?
Yeah, I did a residential one for 4.5 weeks. Yeah, and it was during COVID, so I had to do a week isolation at Banbury Lodge.
Right.
Be sent down to a lodge, locked in a room for a week. They COVID test you, drug test you.
And you pay for that?
Yeah, I paid for it
Yeah,
myself.
that's not going to be cheap either, is it?
About 15 grand. But that in itself, that's another one. When I walked in, my counsellor said to me straight away, "Who paid for you?" First thing she said to me, "Who paid for you?" I said, "Me." She put her hand out, shook my hand, she said, "You're going to do all right." She said, "Most of the people here,
take it for granted.
family members have paid for them.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it.
It's not earned, is it?
You've paid for yourself. That shows you want it."
Yeah.
And that
You'll
was
do
a
fine.
massive light bulb for me.
Yeah.
Along with being in the park with my children, realising this is what I want. I know what road I've got ahead of me. It's time to get to work.
Yeah.
So then when I did eventually get to my treatment centre, I went up to Runcorn in Liverpool, and it was a mixed sex one full of everyone. It was like Big Brother, but with 30 addicts. So you can imagine, what went on. Yeah, but I just got on with the work. I was at
So you're there and you stay there for the 3-4 weeks,
I was
whatever
in
it
there
is.
for 28 to 30 days. I was, yeah.
You don't go out?
No, we couldn't, no. And the only reason I picked that centre is because there was a gym over the road. It shut down in COVID and we weren't allowed to go.
Oh, wow.
No, so I was stuck in there. And
Press ups in the bedroom.
Yeah, wow. I had a roommate called Paul who was a heroin addict. And when I got told,
Oh, you share?
Yeah, it was a mixed room because I couldn't afford a room on my own. It was too expensive.
Yeah.
So, and I put some of the money on my credit card, but I knew I had to do it and I'd deal with it afterwards.
Of course.
And, when I was told I was having a heroin addict in my room, I judged him.
Cool.
And he come in, he come in, he sat down, and within an hour, I realised he was just a couple of bad decisions ahead of me. That's all it was. He was a ground worker, had his own business, and he was in there because he'd been selling his telly and his kids' clothes and stuff for heroin.
Fuck.
And he was only a couple of he was the same as me, just a couple of bad decisions away.
Bro, your change is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's absolutely not.
Looking back now, it's really weird for me. I was saying it to my missus the other week. Like, that person, I had to grieve for that person and lose that person to become the new, me, if that makes sense. But it changed me, the best version I can be.
Liam 2.0.
Yeah, V2.
Shed the skin,
yeah. And I look back now at that person that was bowling around pubs, acting up, and I don't know who that is. It looks like it's like a film in my head, like a character. And that's exactly what it was. It was a character. When I was running around pubs, taking drugs, fighting, up to all sorts, it was a character that I played. It was an ego and a defence mechanism. Because deep down inside, when I was going into these rough pubs, I was petrified.
Yeah.
So it's called peacocking. You put your feathers out to show everyone I was loud, I was funny.
Yeah.
Everyone liked me. I made sure they did, so no one come near me.
The front. It's the front.
It's up front, and it's all a defence mechanism. Because deep down inside, I was a scared, frightened little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've had to face that, and that's hard. You're unpicking 30,
a lot of time,
40 years of trauma.
Yeah.
And that's what recovery is about for me, is unpicking them traumas, changing the way you look at the past, because it's easy to look and ruminate in the pain and let that ruin the rest of your life. And then also just kind of unpick all them behaviours through the step work, through recovery, through the gym, through therapy, through talking, sharing, self-growth, reading, podcasting.
Yeah.
Do all of it all the time.
Where do you get the step work from? Do you create the step work?
No, the step work, there's 12-step fellowships.
Right.
I went to Narcotics Anonymous, NA. I got out of rehab and I'd been in there for a month, and I spent 3 months after that thinking I'd cracked it. And I just sat in home, and you become what's called a dry drunk. So you've got rid of the drink and drugs, but you haven't really worked on the underlying problem, because what a lot of people's preconception of addiction is that drink and drugs is our problem. It's not, it's our solution. The problem is what's going on underneath.
Yeah.
So you have to address them behaviours, and that's where a lot of people fall short in recovery.
Yeah.
They stop the substances, and then they're still left with the brain.
Yeah.
It works. And you have to, it's like, the 12 steps are basically a watered down version of CBT. They change the way you look at things through this like progressive step work. And that's them NACA or Alcoholics Anonymous, their steps are slightly different, but step 1 is 69 questions. And it's just 69 drip fed questions of the same question basically, trying to get you to accept that your life is unmanageable and you're powerless against your addiction. The first 3 steps are the foundation steps. They're the ones that will drill it home to you. You're an addict, you can never use again, and you have to change. Steps 4, 5 and 6 are where the work starts looking inside. It's introspection.
The root of the problem.
It's easy in addiction to blame everyone else.
Yeah.
That's easy because I don't have to look at myself.
Yeah.
Steps 4, 5 and 6 will take that straight out of you if you do them properly. Do a thing called moral inventory where you write down everything. Well, I've wrote it can't be wrong. So when I wrote it down, I'll give it to my sponsor. Said I was egotistical, I was arrogant, and I was all these things. And I was gobsmacked. I didn't even see it. I wasn't aware of it. And I said to my sponsor, am I arrogant and egotistical? A little bit, yeah. And I said, really? He went, yeah, loads.
Yeah.
And I thought, fucking hell, am I? But then that's a beautiful learning, because now I know what my problem is, and that's in my control. Whereas when I was blaming work, the missus, the kids, it's out of my control.
Yeah.
Now I can change, and that's all in my control. So I'm quite black and white with things like that, quite pragmatic, where... so if I do this, I'll get that result. Right, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Not everyone is like that in recovery, and they can go around in circles and create themselves a lot of pain. Your recovery can be as easy or as hard as you want to make it.
Either way, it's not easy.
What's your thoughts
Definitely
on
not easy, but yeah.
What's your thoughts on unpacking the trauma?
Unpacking the trauma for me was more about stopping the ruminating in the pain, because it didn't serve me anymore. I had a lot of trauma growing up as a kid. I got kicked out of school, I seen psychiatrists, I was hyperactive. There was so many things. I never fit in at school, I was always naughty, getting suspended, fighting. I was just that kid at school. And what comes with that is a lot of like being marginalised and bullied and you know, them fighting back and fighting and just acting up and, you know, being the master of ceremonies in a classroom and the one who was always sitting the wrong way, facing the wrong way. And I mean, I got kicked out of a primary school and had to move primary schools. That's how bad I was at 6 and 7. Ran away, was stealing things. I was,
of course,
I was up to all sorts. So yeah, for me, unpacking it, I try not to look back, but I had to change the way I looked at things. Like my auntie, for instance, someone who was very close to me, she died at 32, left behind some young children. That used to break me. I now, from doing the work, look back and think, well, the time I had with her was a blessing. She was an angel, and I love her. It's still upsetting, but now I don't let it carry any weight into my today. You know, I used to hear the song that they played at a funeral, I'd be crying straight away. Now I hear it and I smile. Because I know the time I spent with her was precious.
Yeah.
And everything in this world is transitory. And people come and people go, and that's the nature of life. But I never knew that in addiction. I'd use that as a justification and a rationalisation to blow my brains out. I lost my granddad. My mum had cancer. I lost, you know, my dad. I've got no relationship with my dad. I lost my uncle. My uncle got arrested and lifed off in Ireland for something he did. I lost my auntie. I lost my other nan killed herself. My mum's mum set herself on fire in a section. There's a lot of things there that I could use if I wanted to blow my brains out. And they'd probably be justified. You know, I explain those things to people. They think, fucking hell, you need a drink.
Yeah, a lot.
But for me being an addict, the drink doesn't solve it. You know, my missus, for instance, if she's stressed, she has a gin and tonic, goes back in the fridge, and then she don't use it she don't look at it for a month.
Yeah.
Me, I'm putting a straw in that bottle and I'm drinking
Yeah,
it.
of course.
And I'm getting bang on it. And
There's no limits.
That's the difference. So I have to reframe the way I look at the past. A, unpick it, and then B, reframe the way I look at it.
Do you think unpicking the trauma is as easy as it sounds?
No.
So, and I'll tell you why I say that, because we've obviously, all three of us in the room and whoever's listening, everyone goes through something.
100%.
We all go through different things to different levels, but we're all able to cope with it. We either put it under the, under the covers or we bring it out there. And then by unpacking it, you have to be mentally ready to unpack it, unpick it. So at that point, from an addiction point of view, because you've said that you've still got the mind of an addict, do you think that you're in the right frame of mind then to start going into that? Or does that come a lot longer down the line? Because it can be seen as so many different ways, like unpicking trauma or going into your soul and searching your soul, let's say, dealing with things that have happened in the past. You've got to want it.
Yeah, you've got to be in the right place.
You got to want it.
I think that's more important.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever mentally ready to look at them things.
Yeah.
I think if you are, you're very fortunate. I think, like anything, you've just got to get stuck into it and go for it. And that's what I did early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of journaling, a lot of writing, a lot of crying, a lot of soul searching,
Yeah.
a lot of sitting up the graves, making peace with it.
Yeah.
I never used to go to the graves because in my head I kept people alive.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to be dead. But that's not the truth of the matter. That's not
That's
reality.
just not accepting it. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's acceptance. Yeah, acceptance is huge. You know, Mad Dave, who trains in here, he's massive saying of his.
Mad Dave.
Yeah,
I
Mad
know.
Dave. Yeah,
First and
says it
second
with-
name.
Yeah. And he is mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of his major sayings. If you get some acceptance in your life, 99% of your problems go out the door.
Yeah.
Because the reality of your problems is the reality. And
Hanging
you
on
can
to stuff.
ruminate in it and cling on to it and attach to it all you want.
Yeah.
Which is your ego.
Yeah.
Or you can let it go because it doesn't serve you. It's dead easy to sit here and say it, but doing the work. A huge book that really helped me was called The Pathway to Surrender by Dr. Hawkins. Brilliant. It's got questions in there, prompts, and it's just all about letting go. And that is the key to freedom, is letting go of stuff, because it's happened.
Yeah.
And I can cling on to it all I want. It's not going to serve me. So if I can learn to let go of it, the situation hasn't
You
changed.
can get rid of baggage, aren't you?
My attachment to it has.
Yeah.
But the situation hasn't changed. All them people are still dead. All
course.
that madness still happened.
Yeah.
But it doesn't carry weight anymore.
Doesn't
So
weigh
I
you
think being mentally ready for it, personally, I don't think you'll ever would be to look at them things. They're hard to look at. But I think you've just got to want it and go for it. If it's not serving you anymore.
Someone asked me the day, I did that video and I sent it to you about letting go.
Yeah.
Someone asked me, how do you let go? And I gave him a response back. That's actually an interesting question to you. In your opinion, how do you let go? I'll tell you my answer. So the circumstance that he said was, I would just say, forgive the person. So regardless of the circumstance that he gave me, I would just say, for you to let go, you just got to forgive the person. You say it in your head, say it out loud. You don't need to say it to them, but for what they've done to you, just let it go. Say, no problem, I forgive you for what you've done. I'm sorry for my part in it. I forgive you for everything you've done, and then just wash it away, essentially. Don't bear their headache on your shoulders.
I think that's the right way to get rid of resentments.
Yeah.
Is to let it go, because that's another thing I was taught in recovery. Carrying a resentment is like trying to poison someone else, but you drink the poison.
Yeah.
It only impacts you.
Only impact. Yeah.
So to let that go, on paper it's easy to say just let it go.
Really hard to do.
I'm terrible for resentments. and
Same,
grudges.
really hard.
Because if someone does me a wrong, then I'm like a dog with a bone. I will not let it go.
Yeah.
My boss says to me all the time, so
Yeah,
let it go,
same.
let it go. And I'm like, no. And I've had to learn the hard way. For me, the best response to someone doing me a wrong is distance, silence. Because, or if someone antagonises you or goes at you, which happens quite regularly to me, it's always distance. Because you're trying to reason with a rationality. It's fruitless. It's never going to get you anywhere. Distance and silence.
Yeah.
And then by that way, the person isn't getting what they want because they want the reaction.
Yeah,
Because
that's the best way.
Whatever they're doing.
That's the definitely
and
the
it
best.
de-escalates it as well.
100%.
Cut 'em off.
Yeah, but letting go of trauma, the only way to do that is through the work. It doesn't just come to you. Like I've read that book 2 or 3 times and done the written work around it, and wrote letters to family members.
Yeah.
Not sent them, then burnt them.
Yeah.
That kind of helps.
Yeah,
Sitting up graves crying.
Do you read it back after you write it?
Yeah, I'll read it.
I find that helps a lot.
I'll get my missus to read it.
Yeah.
And then I'll set fire to it in the fire pit in my garden, and it's gone. And that helps. But I still have these waves of grief, and I think that's natural when you've lost loved ones, probably, and a lot of your family members, and a lot of the madness that went on. But it's a process, and I don't think I'll ever have it boxed off. But it's 95% better than it was. And that's enough for me, and as long as I keep trying that, But letting go of stuff is probably one of the most difficult things.
So then you've now you've gone full circle 5 times over now. But you're good at that point in your life. When did you think, okay, I want to help people? Pathways is going to be my thing. This is what I'm going to do. What? Go there. Like, how did that all come about?
It was being on building sites.
What it is now, honestly, from what we see, like we send a lot of, when people say to us from the gym environment they're struggling, first thing that comes out of my mind is, attach yourself to the Pathways guys.
100%.
But what was the trigger?
It's being of service. That's part of the step work. Steps 10, 11 and 12 are being of service and helping people. Service is huge in recovery. And I think that's, because we're so selfish in addiction, it takes you out of self. It also makes you feel good by helping people. And then it was being in the construction industry. The suicide rate's 4 times the national average.
Wow.
4 times. And that's because it's a heavily male-dominant industry, high pressure,
It's tough, isn't
long
it?
hours, not the best working conditions. It's not a coal mine, but it's not ideal. I've worked on it for 20 plus years. I'm now in management, and the conditions are just getting worse. And I think that leads to that. And then talking to numerous people on site all the time, and like I said earlier, people coming back to me, nearly every single person I spoke to will come back to me and say, I'm struggling with it.
Because of how open you were with...
Yeah, and in recovery. I was on social media back then when I first got into recovery, because I had a flooring page and I was using it like that. 10, 15 messages a weekend about people that were struggling with stuff. Wow. Not necessarily addiction.
Because you were open with your recovery on the...
my key rings, and that's a double-edged sword, because it is meant to be an anonymous program. But for me, if I recover loudly, it helps people stop dying quietly.
But doesn't it help you as well? Message. Because you're putting yourself out there, being accountable for what you're going through.
100%, yeah.
So I do that as well. When we do like challenges and stuff, I let everyone know that I'm doing it,
then
because then I'm accountable. Then I have to do it. Do you know what I mean? So if you do it quieter, it doesn't necessarily help you.
Yeah, truth be told, I've been close to relapsing a few times. I haven't, by the grace of God, but being kind of the figurehead of Pathways and being quite loud about my recovery has saved me on a number of occasions.
Massively.
How would that look?
Yeah.
If I relapse, that people would think, fucking hell, if he's done it.
Yeah. You're letting down a whole different ballgame then.
And I don't mean that from an egotistical point of view. I'm not naive enough to say that I'll never relapse. I can't say that. I'm an addict. But it does help you keep on the ball and keep doing the work. Because the minute I stop doing the work, that's what will get me on a quiet Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people rely on you now.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, loads. That's a double-edged sword.
I was say, do you feel the pressure of that?
Massive, especially at the minute.
Yeah.
Especially at the minute. I'm at a crunch point, like I was saying earlier about this house sale, and it's a lot. I mean, I can spin a lot
Yeah.
But I am having to take a back seat at the minute.
Mhm.
Kind of being quiet in the group.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got an admin team. They're great.
Yeah.
You know, 2 of them that
Yeah.
train in here, and there's a group of 120 people there to support each other. They don't need me in that chat every 2 minutes while
Yeah,
I'm
it's
busy.
a lot.
And the second I'm in my new house, I'll be able to have the energy and the capacity
Yeah,
to
yeah.
start helping again. But at the minute, phones are going off at night. I just need that peace at night because my head's a million miles an hour at the minute. It's a lot of pressure.
So you have to make sure you're okay before you make sure anybody else is okay.
That's massive.
And this is one thing I always say to people, like when you see these social media stars which will preach anything, business, motivation, recovery, whatever, they've never done it. So one of the main things I always say is, follow somebody who has walked the path that you need to walk. So if I was to have that form of an issue, I would call you within 35 seconds of understanding it. One, we speak enough anyway, at 4 o'clock in the morning most of the time on the way into the gym.
Yeah.
But even if it's just voice note, but you would be my first phone call for sure. He's going to hate me for that because he's my first phone call for everything else.
Different things.
But it would literally be, okay, cool. Who's gone
got the
through
lived
it?
experience,
Who's gone through
yeah.
it? Who's going to get me through it? Who's going to put an arm around me which I can trust? And who's walked the walk?
Well, that's the beauty of Pathways.
That's also the beauty of you.
Yeah, you've got so many lads in there that are walking that walk. And
That's
doing
it.
the work, yeah.
And like by your Sunday walks that you guys do, like you're saying that at Kumabi, and the Tuesdays and Thursday meetings that you guys have, and the events that you guys put on. You guys put on a wicked event a couple of weeks back at the rugby club as well, which is nothing to do with recovery, but it's just getting people together, getting people outside, getting them off their phones, getting them off their iPads, getting them into nature. Like I think you're going to take it a little bit further than probably even what you think, whereas you've probably thought, okay, I just want to help people. Your whole kind of aura around you now is becoming different. It's honestly, from an outsider looking in, it's so good to see it. Like the guys that you have coming in here, they're so confident here now.
Oh yeah,
It's absolutely mad. Like,
I've seen such a change, man.
Mad Dave, absolute madness.
Such a change.
It's such a bad name.
Yeah.
But he honestly trains with whoever he wants to train with, puts it in every day, like, taking on new responsibilities. He's got a mad amount of responsibility as it is.
Yeah.
Looking down.
He's a single parent as well.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
and recovery.
Yeah,
at the gym.
but looking down different avenues to develop himself, develop his career, like help his kid. Phenomenal stuff. But that all
What a
comes
message.
Massive.
all comes from that though. All comes from the pressure which you put on yourself, which is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I can carry pressure. I'll do that quite well.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you only have so much capacity, and I have kind of said like at the minute I'm at capacity.
Yeah,
Like you say, I'm up at 4.
yeah,
I'm spinning plates till 10, 11. But
yeah.
I have to do this because in 3-4 weeks, me, my missus, my kids, and my dogs could be homeless. My new house isn't ready.
Yeah,
My old house is selling.
yeah.
I've got a time frame now, and I've just got to get it done. So
One of the
It's-
cards came off.
You carry on.
yeah, it's learning where to focus your energy
Yeah.
every day, which fire's the biggest, and tackle
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And sometimes that's by minute basis
Yeah.
on a day. But it's it can be a lot, but it's purpose.
Yeah.
So if something's your purpose, which I genuinely believe my purpose is now, is to help people.
100%.
It's all of a sudden then it isn't such a weight to carry because it's my passion and it's my purpose. But at this precise minute in time, I have got another priority which has took over.
Yeah.
course.
That I have to focus on. My
Yeah.
family come first.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that's done and I'm sitting pretty and I'm on my couch, I'll be on the phone. I'll be meeting lads for
Everyone's
coffee.
going to get that.
I'll be
Everyone
straight
would
up.
appreciate that.
Everybody gets
And isn't
that.
that good for you to say? Ain't that amazing for you to say? Because look at what you've just said there. Your priority is the family.
Family, yeah.
It wasn't
Right-
5 years ago, was
right,
it?
yeah, right at the
In
beginning
my
of
head
this.
it was.
Yeah.
In my head, I'd tell everyone, I'll be in the pub showing everyone pictures of my kids.
Of course,
I'm the best
yeah,
dad
yeah.
in the world, but my
But you're
action
still
said
in the
otherwise.
pub.
Yeah.
My action said otherwise.
He's still in the pub, yeah.
Yeah,
Of
acting the
course.
goat. Yeah, hiding from them. But
Yeah,
best dad
yeah.
in the world.
Yeah, but that's amazing though. Even for
Yes.
you just to say that. So as you're saying before, you felt a little bit shameful. Like now, I'm ready
So
to hug
shit,
you.
COVID. That was COVID time then.
Yeah, I'm like say I'm 5 years in June next year. So yeah, you're talking 4.5 years ago. Yeah.
Fuck.
So 2021.
How
That's
can
when
you-
everyone went to drink and stuff through COVID.
Well, that
'Cause
was
no
the
one had
problem.
nothing to do.
COVID accelerated it because
Badly.
Because I was a self-employed subcontractor and I wasn't working.
Yeah.
I got some money off the government to help.
Yeah, of course.
And a fair share of that did go on the house and went on the bills. And
Yeah.
we did some renovations and stuff. A fair bit of it went on drink
Yeah,
and whatever else.
nothing else to do.
And it was a really hot summer.
Yeah, it was.
So
Yeah.
you're sitting in the garden, the barbecue's on. What are you going to do?
Bro,
Get
we
a
put
bottle
on
of
about
wine.
7 stone in COVID because there was nothing to do. Eat and drink.
Same.
I was more
Everyone
drinking,
bought
but he was.
bikes, puppies. Well, what else did they buy? And then as soon as COVID was finished, they were all on Vinted, weren't they?
Yeah,
on their, Gumtree, bikes, dogs.
We were
People probably trying to buy dumbbells.
That was it, yeah.
Teletubbies City, we was.
We were so bad.
Was ya?
Bro.
Nearly 17 stone.
No, I went over.
That's the way
I was
when
17
I walked in
too.
here.
Bro, just
17 stone?
Yeah,
You
17
got
too.
fight for that.
Just-
Yeah.
I haven't. I had the wits.
You have to avoid all the doors. Yeah.
Well, honest to God, we were terrible. We eventually took a picture of each other, well, individually, sent it to each other,
January
and
4th.
yeah, and we both were like, "Fuck, what have we done here? We
were
look
training before that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we
we
was
were
in good
sound.
shape.
We were
Yeah, I've seen the picture of you.
We were,
yeah.
Really
we
good.
were in good shape.
Yeah, see, I never was.
Yeah.
When I stopped playing football and started drinking all the time, I was always not heavily overweight. I was working,
Yeah.
but always carrying. I remember when I first
Heavily
come
set.
here and I got with Callum,
Yeah.
and he said to me at the desk, "You've got to lose 5 stone." I thought, "You cheeky little fucking 5 stone."
yeah, fun.
And then I lost 5 stone, and I
Yeah.
still had half a stone of fat to go. And I
Yeah, mad innit?
yeah,
yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, hands up. You were
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
the pictures.
Yeah,
haven't
no, that's another thing as well, to be fair. When you show me the Liam version 1.0, I can't recognize the guy.
Oh.
It's so different.
Yeah.
It's so different. That's why, like, when you talk about this stuff, I just see you as this mad kind of, like, the guy's different. Like, I cast him as different. I always say me and him are built different. I cast you as the same. Like, we're just built different.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what all three of us, again, different backgrounds. We've all gone through different things, but we've all become this kind of, and that's what I want to say, a modern day alpha. Like, we're big lads. We can all handle ourselves. We all spin multiple plates, but we're all massively in touch with ourselves. We all are on the same page as, okay, let's try and help people. Let's do this for people. But we're all open about it. You don't get that now. No. You don't get people
rare.
which are open.
A lot of society is, I don't want to judge, but it's very egocentric, very selfish.
Massive, yeah.
And I understand people have, they've all got their own challenges and fate, and mortgages and financial stresses and strains, and
Yeah.
But I've learned that there's always a capacity to help someone. Always.
100%.
I mean, for instance, the other day I was driving down the A444, and there was a girl on the bridge about to jump off, and everyone was driving past.
Shit.
Everyone was driving past, and it was
When was this?
The other day, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Bloody hell.
A week and a half ago. And I was coming down, Tesco's is on the right, and I'm coming under the bridge, and I seen her on the top right side, and I thought, fucking hell. So I spun round, stopped, got out, tried to talk her down and speak to her. Nobody else stopped.
Yeah.
I was just whizzing past, people bibbing their horns, whipping past.
Just accepting it almost.
Until the police got there, yeah. Like, no, just didn't care.
Wow.
Or just too engrossed in their own thing they've got to do.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
always
yeah.
like, right, work and wait.
Yeah.
That's more important. And
Yeah,
I
that's
pulled over
class.
and I tried to talk her down. Luckily, she was okay. When I come back from Birmingham, when I finally got to work, the police had arrived. I pulled over and asked, and then I seen it on my missus showed me the thing later on. They had got her down.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah. So, but like, not a lot of people do that.
No.
No.
It's not out of nastiness. I don't think. I just think people are so immersed in their own lane. But I've learned there is a capacity to help others and do your own thing.
Yeah.
But it is a job.
But it can just be a little thing as well. Like to help people have a better day could
Even
just
a
be
smile
two
could be
words.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. A handshake.
Yeah.
It could be anything. Like it
100%.
doesn't cost you anything to do.
It's like when you come in here,
Exactly.
you see a smiley face straight away. As
Yeah.
soon as I walk in here, everyone starts smiling. I start smiling straight
Yeah.
away.
It's a good
That's why
it's a
people
good
feel
feeling.
comfortable coming
Of
in
course.
there. Yeah, you're not coming into an attitude or an ego.
Yeah. Doesn't
It's
it
a
always have
welcome
to cost
place.
something?
No, nothing. No, yeah.
What
Even just
important-
giving someone the time of day. Like when there's a homeless person outside a supermarket.
Yeah.
People don't want to give them money because they'll spend it on drugs and all that.
Yeah.
Even
You don't
just
know that.
Getting down with them and asking them how their day's gone,
Yeah.
what their name is. That could change their day.
Yeah.
I do that regularly.
Yeah.
I just talk to them and I said, I'll never give them money because I wouldn't do that. But do you need a drink? Do you want something to eat?
Yeah.
And I don't do it to put it all over social media.
No,
It's
no.
the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Virtually signalling for me, that's something I really struggle with. When people do nice things for people, they film it.
Oh
put it
yeah.
over social media and stuff. Then the
Bollocks.
intention isn't as pure.
Of course it's
It's
not.
disingenuous then. So
You want something back from it.
just trying to do, you're doing it for...
Yeah. Not
it's-
every
it's
gift
all
has to
down
have
the
a gift
intention.
back.
No, I think that's the beauty of pathways. Someone will be there and support you, and they don't necessarily want anything back.
No.
And you don't get a lot of that in society.
Yeah.
And that's a deeper connection than you can ever imagine. When I heard something years ago. When you're on the way down the ladder or something, people that help you, you'll always remember that when you work your way
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
It's
of course.
so true. You know, when you're in the trenches and you're fucked,
Yeah.
and someone puts their hand out to help you, that never gets forgotten.
Ever.
For me. Never.
No, ever.
What importance do you think the gym has on stuff like this?
Huge. The gym, that's a double-edged sword for me as well. When I first got out of rehab, I was at Pure Gym up at the Warwickshire Shopping Park, and you know the app? You know Big James who trains here, my mate James
Yeah,
called me, Big James. Me and him, he said, how many times you train this year? I trained every single day. To failure, every single one. To the point of self-harm, to the point of a ruptured Achilles, golfer's elbow, herniated disc, and I was just overtraining because I knew if I went to the gym, I felt good.
Yeah.
It was almost a fix.
Another addiction.
It was just a cross addiction. Just cross addicted from drinking drugs to the gym.
Yeah.
And then what I've learned since being in here and Callum drilling me and when he was my coach, and rest is vitally important. But the way my head works, as soon as I sit still, I feel guilty and non-productive. So it's not really rest, because even though physically I'm still,
Yeah.
my head's still doing that. I am getting better with it, and I can sit still now for a period of time.
Yeah.
I really struggle with telly. So, like, to find what to do is really difficult for me. But coming to the gym is my release. You know, if I've had a stressful day, I know I can come here. It's my kind of... It probably still is a fix of some description, yeah, because I can come in here feeling terrible.
Yeah.
And then by the time I come out of it, even if I've had a shit session,
Yeah.
I still get the serotonin and the dopamine.
Of course, the buzz.
And the you know, and you feel better because you've ticked the box and you've kept the momentum going.
Yeah.
Because if I don't come here for 2, 3, 4 days, straight away I'm forming a bad habit of missing it when I can't be asked.
Yeah.
So I'll come here. I mean, I only train 3, 4 times a week at the minute because it's so busy.
Yeah.
I try to train 5 to 6 times a week if I can.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But like you say, at our age, that sounds mad me saying that, because in my head I still think I'm 18, but you know, I'm 43 soon,
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks or whenever it is, and it's like...
You're older than me?
Yeah,
You're older than
I'm
me?
43 in the start of November.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I've
okay,
never
in
had it,
December, yeah, fair,
Yeah.
Start in November?
Yeah.
When?
November the 10th.
Ah, fair.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Why? I'm one of the oldest then.
Yeah, yeah.
43,
That's what I've got the
42.
grey in the
Yeah, but that's where you got a cap on.
I don't grow a beard, eh? Mine would be
It's all
grey.
falling out. Yeah. But no,
man.
the gym's huge, and that's why we push it so much for the lads, especially this gym. I've trained in a lot of gyms, and this gym, and that's kudos to you two for the community you've formed. I think it's very similar to Pathways in that way. People come here for the community.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say that.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the kit's brilliant.
Yeah.
There's professional bodybuilders in here. The coaches are great. The staff
Yeah.
are great. You two are brilliant. Love
But
you
it's
to
the
bits.
blueprint that you
The
create.
community, and people feel that connection when they come in.
Yeah.
Even my missus, I brought my missus in here, and she was quite worried, you know,
Yeah.
because it's a spit and sawdust, old bodybuilding gym. Said it was brilliant, loved it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
everyone's,
good.
oh, you're right, how's it going? Everyone's talking, everyone's...
That's the hardest thing to do, to come away from that, like the spit and sawdust image. It's the hardest thing to do.
Of course it is.
Now we are
Do
a
you
body.
want to?
Yeah, so no, that's the thing, we don't want to.
Yeah.
So
that's what makes it so
we're a
offensive.
bodybuilding gym. We are a spit and sawdust gym, but I actually think that I don't want to say we're more of like a health club is the wrong word, but I would say we're more of like a mental health pro gym,
100%.
which I don't think any other gyms do that, or they don't do it enough.
Yeah.
Because it's pointless in having a phenomenal looking body when, you know, the mind is dead.
100%.
There's nothing inside.
I think you have to work both.
You have to
concurrently.
work on both.
Yeah.
You have to work on both. And then the reason that we kind of both believe in that, like just as much as yourself, we're both dads. You know, we want to make sure that we put in enough, even the younger lads, to show them, one, this is how you treat children. Two, you're a child. How would you like it if you were treated like that? And three, this is how you treat women. And women, this is how you treat men as well. So by doing things like this, that's our idea of it is, okay, you know, you can only have so many conversations with so many people. You, like you're saying, you can only give your number to so many people.
Yeah.
You know, we're conscious of exposing ourselves to 900 plus people that are going to be messaging you, Ryan, I need this, Ryan, I need this, Ryan, I need this. So this is our way of saying, okay, cool, you know, you've got us, we're here, but the members are just as good as us.
Yeah.
Like, why is someone going to come to me for that when they've got you?
Oh, 100%. When I walk in, I talk to everyone.
Yeah.
You know, Big Mark. I speak to Big Mark, speak to Jim, I speak to Angelo. I can spend half an hour chinwagging with people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you haven't got the time.
It is a social. It's like Cheers. Do you remember Cheers?
Yeah.
It's just like Cheers.
Having a shake instead of a pint. Yeah.
Honestly, it's places like Cheers like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that thing about I think you have actually, the mouth?
Which one?
They make the mouse press the button to release.
Rats.
That's it. The rats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that applies to humans?
100%.
You would.
100%. The biggest thing, addiction is a disease of isolation.
Yeah.
You isolate from yourself to start off with, and then you isolate from everyone. So that's from personal experience. It started off as the party, the sessions, and it ended up with me on my couch on my own, in pain, crying, taking drugs. And that's a story for a lot of people that are in recovery. And that scientific experiment, when they put the rats in with other rats, they didn't press the button, they had the water instead of the cocaine.
Yeah.
And that's why when you get into recovery or pathways or any kind of circle, you know, I obviously here talking about pathways, but pathways isn't the only organisation. You've got Band of Brothers, you've got Andy's Man Club, you've got Back and Forth.
All local.
Yeah, there's all local ones now opening up in Leamington, Coventry, everywhere. Yeah, there's probably 10 or 15 organisations, and they're all great, and I think they're all centred around connection.
Yeah.
Because we're social beings. We're meant to live in tribes. That's how we were born to live.
Yeah.
And I think the current society that we live in, which is so egocentric and selfish and me, you know, fight to the top. I think that's why people struggle so much. You only have to look at the news and see what's going on in the world. Or the radio. I mean, I'm not on social media. I don't listen to the news. I don't listen to the radio. I don't do none of it. I'm blissfully unaware. But from what I hear, I didn't even know the Queen was dead until someone said to me. Because I don't pay attention to anything. I was like, what?
He's the skis on the notes.
Yeah. I was like, hey, what? But because I just like to be blissfully unaware because there are things out of my control. But I think the connection is huge. Because like, say if you come into the gym and you connect with a member of staff or, you know, yourselves, or you feel comfortable. Say if you walk into pathways and you get that connection, it just makes you realise that you're not on your own.
It's massive.
Yeah, connection's huge, and I don't think we have a lot of it in society, and that's why we're struggling.
What about spirituality? Because now you've gone well, you started to go down the road.
My spirituality, the best indicator of it is my driving style.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling very spiritually well,
and
someone cuts me up, no problem, have a good day, sir.
Yeah.
Give them away.
Yeah.
If I'm not feeling spiritually well,
fuck off,
fuck off, up their ass, trying to pull them out of the car on the ring road. That's the biggest indicator of me. But spirituality for me has been huge. Trying to, you know, liaise with a higher power, that's a difficult one for me, because I'm really struggled with that, because it's about relinquishing control and realising I'm not centre of the universe and there's something up there.
Yeah.
You know, moving them chess pieces in my life, and I can resist that all I want.
Yeah.
The way my sponsor dressed it up to me is you can get into a fast flowing river and you can swim against it for as long as you want.
Yeah.
Or you can just smile and go with it. You're still going to end up in the same place, but that's going to cause you so much pain. So go with the flow or don't. It's your choice.
Yeah.
And I think that's spirituality in a nutshell for me. Smiling, accepting reality for what it is, and going with the flow, because I don't know what it is, but I know when I'm believing it, my life flows a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I don't resist it and I don't get so frustrated.
Yeah.
Is that spirituality? Is that God? Is it a higher power? Is it
So I think people get
intelligence?
I think people get confused with religion and spirituality.
Two completely different
Totally
things.
different things.
They think it's the same, yeah.
Yeah. But like,
completely
if you believe in a higher power, like I seen something about the lottery the other day, and they used it as an example, and it's like, have you ever done the lottery?
No.
Yeah, ever done the lottery?
Yeah,
So I've done the lottery. It's like every time you do the lottery, the reason why people do it is they make you believe that you're going to be a millionaire, and everyone wants to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they all want the flash cars, they want the flash lifestyle, but no matter however many times you do it, you never win. You might win a tenner, 15 quid. You might get lucky one
Bro,
time.
me and Suki did it for years.
Yeah, but
We had like a £15 kitty every week,
okay.
and he promised me a quick return.
But yeah,
Fucking got nothing.
you do it with the intention of you're going to be the millionaire.
Of course you do.
So, but that's because you've got the belief that there's an end goal.
Yeah.
The problem is with spirituality is people don't understand that there is kind of no end goal.
It's
You're
forever.
not what do you get from spirituality? You don't get nothing. But you don't get nothing material. But what you get is you get peace.
Peace.
So the older I've
And isn't
got,
that the ultimate prize?
and that's the thing. So the older I've got, I've
Not-
just
not to own a
found
flash car.
yeah, basically it. So like when people kind of will say to me about material things, I'm like, yo, you actually don't know me.
Yeah.
But when you look at like from spirituality and from an inner peace point of view, I've always found that just the closer I got to God or like a higher power, just the closer I got to actually finding me.
Yeah.
So like, it's so different, and I think that's what, from myself, when I ever get any form of pain, and they say that when addicts get some form of pain, that's the first time they look to turn back. That's what that mouse thing, or sorry, the rat thing was. When the rat then all of a sudden, if you punch the rat's got a crazy amount of shock. So he then goes to push the button to release the heroin again.
Yeah.
For me, that's spirituality. So as soon as I get a crazy amount of pain or too much stress or anything like that, I've got this one temple in Birmingham we'll go to. I literally just drive straight to Birmingham. It doesn't matter what my day is, I just drive straight there. I don't even go inside the temple. I'll literally just sit outside just because I know that's my safe space. Like, how many times have I said it with like you? I've just said I'm just going to Birmingham with you.
Yeah, of course.
But I think from a spirituality point of view, like with yourself, and again, I see you kind of going down the road now, which is kind of cool because, again, you then develop in like a whole different way. And then that's another avenue to kind of like look at the pathways, like it's not just, okay, let's look to Liam for help or let's look to someone else for help. Look to yourself for help first.
Yeah, 100%.
And when you look to yourself for help, that can be you can look up, you can look down.
That's in your control as well.
And it's completely in your control where you're looking. So I think spirituality has a place to play, a place to play in it. And I think it has a better place to play in the world as well. But I think at the moment, especially with at the moment, everyone's like pinning it on religion.
They don't understand it though. That's why.
Yeah, I would say honestly, like, 'cause I am religious, but I would say take religion out of it. Look at it from a higher power, and then, but look at the changes.
Yeah, I'm not religious, never have been.
Yeah.
But spirituality is a process for me.
Yeah.
And any recovery circle or 12 steps that's a spiritual program that say that, and it just frees you of so much when you can get on board with it, of resentments, of fear.
Yeah.
Because if you know someone's up there is moving the chess pieces, what have you got to be frightened for?
100%.
Yeah. And it's just I don't think it's a destination. I think it's a journey that we're on forever.
Yeah.
And I think when we get to the end of our life, we've all got a bill to pay. And whether that's for regret and shame or for growth and discipline,
Yeah.
that's the only choice we have in life. Choose your pain, choose your bill. That's the one for me. So I did choose pain and regret and shame, and now I choose discipline and growth, which is also very painful because what we spoke about, unpicking traumas, getting to meetings, doing the work, looking at myself, catching myself. My character defects, they're still there. They haven't gone anywhere.
Of course it is.
I just have to catch myself from this. So when I'm getting reactive or egotistical or defensive about something, that's a massive one for me. If I get defensive about anything, I have to ask myself why. It's triggered something in me. Why? So now I have the ability to look at it. It's not perfect, and I can still be reactive and argumentative and egotistical, but I can now look at it. And then another beautiful thing from doing the step work is I've learned to apologise promptly when I'm wrong. If I do something and I'm in the wrong, I'll normally ask someone else about the situation, seek someone else's counsel or opinion.
Yeah.
And they'll say, yeah, you're a bit of a twat there.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
Roger that. Sorry.
I'll
And
deal
I'll
with it.
apologise straight away.
So you just check yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I have to, because left to my own devices, I end up suicidal in rehab.
Yeah.
That's where my brain takes me. So I have to kind of constantly monitor it. You almost have to live like a bit of like a monk.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I overtrain, I vape. I've started vaping. I've never smoked a fag in my life. But I was so stressed it was that or a drink.
Yeah. It's a different addiction though, isn't it?
I will address it.
Yeah. I think
It's
everyone's an
cross
addict.
addiction. It's cross addiction.
Yeah. Honestly, I think everyone's got a form of addiction there.
Yeah, of course.
I am 100% addicted to chocolate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to the gym. And to be fair, I'm addicted to causing mischief with him.
Yeah, we know that.
It's honestly, it kind of is. Like people, it's not even work now. It's just stupidity what we do. But it is.
Setting fire to each other's cars.
Yeah, but that's basically that's the
long.
next stage. Yeah,
That's what coming next.
But like,
Launch the gym.
yeah, no, don't do that. You're taking that too far.
I would do.
You would do it.
Maybe a little one.
Yeah, no, actually, no, we won't even talk.
But no, you're right. It's what I learned with addiction is it like for me personally, it's like whack-a-mole. Remember the game?
Yeah.
Drinking drugs, whack whack, done then it was caffeine in the gym, whack whack. Then it
Yeah,
can
yeah.
be sex, it can be porn, it can
Yeah,
be food, it can
anything.
be shopping. No, I had this phase where I'm Vinted. I bought every pair of trainers on Vinted. Missus is kicking off. I've got trainers like that, and then it can manifest into work. It can manifest into
A lot of people say that you have to
down.
give up an addiction to take an addiction to give up an addiction. So you swap it. So like,
Yeah, I think you have to learn healthier ones.
yeah,
So for me, the gym is a healthier
yeah,
addiction, but on the way my brain works, I'll rinse and repeat anything until it causes me pain. So the gym did cause me pain in the end. I've got more. I'm still going to the gym. I've ruptured my Achilles.
Imagine if you had a good coach.
a coach that don't take 3 to 5 business days to report to attack. He's asleep upstairs in the toilet where you've got to get hold of him.
It's the same for us.
He's an absolute cracker. How he ain't been sacked yet? He must have pictures of you up to no good.
Oh,
Well, it hasn't. It's a miracle.
Kissing each other.
Yeah, and he is one of them lads now, and he knows it as well. He's, I don't want to say become indispensable.
No, don't say that.
No, but no, he's not.
Do
He's
not
not.
say that.
But he's a part of the furniture right now.
He is.
He is, yeah. But he could just be part of the
Yeah, the
furniture
couch.
without us paying him.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah, no fair.
Is that why you got rid of the couch?
Yeah,
So we can't sit on
so
the
you can't sit down. And literally, and if anybody does ask that as well, we say it. So we
8-hour shift, he's on it for 6. Eating.
I know.
Yeah,
Getting his macros.
but yeah,
Fuck that.
but everyone loves him.
I love him.
No,
I love
we
him.
love
He's a
him.
diamond.
Honestly,
Fucking
he's
what-
such a good guy.
Yeah.
Such a
haven't
good
even
guy.
said who it
Shit
is.
worker.
So shit.
And he gets mentioned in every podcast again.
This week alone, I've threatened him 3 times that he's going to lose his job. And he's still carrying on the same.
I think it comes down to acceptance, what we spoke about earlier.
I don't want to accept that, though.
You got to sack him then.
Oh,
You
no,
couldn't
can't.
sack him.
We couldn't.
No.
We honestly couldn't.
We could just demote him to
Imagine his face.
Just edit this bit out so we can't hear it.
No, he
Yeah.
needs to hear it
Can
and
he
still not change.
Yeah, exactly. Call it?
Yeah, we'll get
Okay. Liam, absolute pleasure. Thank you, bro.
Cheers,
Appreciate
mate.
it.
My brother. All good.
That fucking SD card.
I seen it fly up.